Is it possible to keep Christmas simple as a large family? I don't know.
Excited?
A gift that keeps on giving.
It kept on giving.
Yeah. There's a published author right here, guys.
When we asked our kids what their favorite Christmas was, they said... Hey guys, welcome back to another video. We're gonna sit down and chat with you again. So if you have something to do, you can just let us play in the background and get things done. Right? We're pretending this is
Yes, it's a podcast.
The pretend podcast.
The video podcast. One of those. Yeah, so, and some people thought, hey, that's like a podcast.
Yeah.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, we got some good feedback from you guys last time we did this, so we're trying it again. And we're gonna talk about large family Christmas. I've had several questions about, can you tell us what you do as a large family and how you keep Christmas simple and things like that? So,
is it possible to keep Christmas simple as a large family? I don't know.
In some ways, we keep it simple.
Yeah.
Maybe not compared
How
to
to keep it not crazy, I guess.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly. So before we get to our main topic, let's just talk about what's going on in our lives right now.
Mm-hmm.
Your sister just left.
That was hard.
Yeah, it was hard to say goodbye.
Yeah.
And she had a rough journey going
Oh
home.
boy. Oh boy, it was rough.
Yeah, oh man. But it was just a lot of delays. Traveling is not as fun these days as it used to be.
No, it's not.
I would say.
She left Lincoln, got to Chicago. Her flight was delayed 3 hours. 3 hours went to, she wouldn't make a connection in Europe. In Germany, where she's gonna connect. And then the flight ended up getting canceled anyway, but the airline she was in, the next day was not an option because, yeah, she could fly out of Chicago to Frankfurt, but no flight from Frankfurt to Nairobi. So she ended up staying in Chicago for
days.
Oh boy, it felt like she owned the city of Chicago.
So it was like a 4-day trip home, basically.
Yeah.
Woo!
That was long.
I'm sure she's tired, so
yeah.
anyway.
I talked to her today and the jet lag hit her because of the time she ended up getting home. Then she had to wake up in the morning early for something, and jet lag is real.
Yes.
I feel her pain.
Yeah, so she was with us almost 6 weeks. So
was it that long?
I think so. 5,
it didn't even
maybe
feel
5.
that long to me.
It went fast, but it was enough time that our kids just got used to her being around, so we really miss her. The kids keep talking about her, and yeah, so that's what's different here. In December, Solo and I preach together the whole month at church.
Yep.
We're pastors of a church. He does usually all the preaching, but in December we try to speak together, and so that's always a challenge of finding time to
it's fun
prepare together.
But the practical part of just being able to spend time together in preparation with all the kids and stuff. So it does stretch you time-wise.
Yes. And the other big thing happening in our lives right now is, of course, our house and we're wanting to build a house on our new property. I mean, where is all that? What would you say?
Oh boy, it just seems sometimes for some of those things, you take one step forward, 2 steps backwards, 2 steps, it kind of ebbs and flows. You go along with what's happening, but you just can't do it. You cannot do it fast to do it well.
Yeah, yeah. And we haven't had a lot of clarity on what steps or when the next steps are. So when we don't know for sure, we wait. And so
we usually wait. That's all.
Yeah,
when in doubt, you wait. You wait.
We're in a waiting period, I would say. Well, you guys had a lot of good ideas about our septic system, though. We talked about that last time, and it sounds like that we should be able to get away with what we've got. So that was very helpful. Thank you all for that.
Yeah, an outhouse, right?
Yeah.
That was the solution.
One comment said an outhouse, and my mom had sent it to me right away, and I'm like, that person is not in Nebraska. They don't understand what an outhouse
And she was absolutely right. That person was not from Nebraska.
Do you remember where she was from?
Alaska. I was like, oh boy.
So I was like, okay, I can't complain.
If they can do it in Alaska, then I'm not going to complain.
I don't think we're going with the outhouse route, but
Juneau, Alaska. Where? Oh, no, I'm kidding. I don't feel like
I guess we are spoiled people because we're like, oh no, we're not doing an outhouse out here in the winter. But anyway, we're living in between 2 houses. It is a lot more physically and mentally tiring than I expected it to be. We won't do this forever, but it's just a season. It's a transition season.
And we haven't found the rhythm that works perfectly. Yeah. And I don't think if we would until it's a permanent move one place.
Yeah, for sure.
We'll see. Obviously, we are not meant to be living in 2 houses. I don't think it's smart, wise, or anything. And it's not the way we're going to be living.
Not long term, no.
Not long term. It's just a transition.
Yes. Okay, and then the other biggest thing that is happening around our place is, guys.
There's a published author right here, guys.
We got our book. It's amazing. I can't even believe it. I wrote a book with my dad and my grandma about parenting, and it's really about parenting principles. We have all, my grandma, my grandparents, my parents, and Solo and I, we parent differently, but we all parent with the same principles. And so my dad did the bulk of the writing. I do not want to be a parenting expert. We have children at home. Many. We
want to wait about 20 years from now, right?
When peace is well launched out of the house, maybe. But definitely don't feel like I'm any parenting expert. But my dad really wrote about the principles that we have all used in parenting. And my grandma and I came through, and my dad, with a lot of practical ideas of how we've used those principles. So not necessarily from an expert, in my case, but definitely lots of practical ideas. My mom read the book the other day and she said she loved it. She learned things and she said it was funny. And so I'm nervous, I'm excited, and it is going to be released the end of February, I think. I can't remember the exact date, but you can
beginning of February.
Beginning?
Something
I think
like
it's
that. I don't remember.
But you can pre-order it now.
Pre-ordering is open.
We'll put the details down in the description box below. Isn't it cool? Isn't the cover awesome? I love it. I'm excited. Every chapter I wrote parts, at least one or two, sometimes three. So, and my grandma did too, just from our perspectives and how we put those principles into action. So you'll hear more about this in the future, but this is really crazy exciting.
Yeah, I do agree with Sarah. You know, we don't like to be parenting experts, especially when you have a long road of kids to come, you know, because it's always a learning thing. You know, we learn as we go as well. We're principles that we live by, but we learn as we go. However, I do think there's a lot to offer. I think this lady right here has a lot to offer when it comes to practical, everyday things, and couples and families. So I think it'll be very useful from that standpoint. Most definitely, it can help a lot of people. Even for us, even walking through it, it refreshes some of the fundamentals that you believe in and saying, okay, reinforcing some of the things that you already know and like to do.
So if you're overwhelmed or anything like that and you're looking for some resources,
some fresh ideas,
it's a great thing to check out. So we'll love it if you can pre-order.
So you can pre-order if you're out from international, because it is self-published book.
Yes.
It is a self-published book, so there's a link to buy it directly or to pre-order directly, that is.
It really helps us to know.
International people may not be able to utilize that, may have to pre-order through Amazon. But if you're in the continental US, hey, use our link to the self-published website. So
okay, let's talk about large family Christmas. You ready?
Large family Christmas.
I think we should talk about presents first, because gifts and presents, that's the thing people always want to know about. How do you handle all of that? We have 11 kids. So
I talked to someone today. In fact, I was doing a radio interview with a friend, and their kids are older, and this year nobody's coming home.
Oh, man.
I'm like, oh boy. So
it goes so fast.
It goes so fast. I think that's not what you get with a large family. I don't know.
True. It doesn't
I don't know. It doesn't go that fast, you know, because
are his oldest like just a little ahead of our oldest?
Yes, he's youngest. He's got 10 years on us. You take Judah, Belle, Luka, and I tend to their age. And you're like, that's a huge difference.
At 10 to their age. Yes.
So,
life is different then.
Life is different then.
Anyway.
I'm like, how boring is our Christmas to him? I was just teasing him about that.
Oh, man. Ours is not boring. It's very loud and chaotic and fun.
Yes.
We love having a large family, and we love talking about it. So let's talk about gifts. How we do gifts. We have forever and a day, since our kids were little, we've pretty much done one large gift and one small gift.
By large, we mean like the big one that fills up the whole room?
No.
I know.
One more expensive gift and one cheaper gift. So
Yeah.
they always have at least 2 gifts to open. Plus we do a gift exchange with amongst our kids.
Plus, we do some stockings.
And plus we do some stockings, yeah. So that's how we kind of handle. We focus on really not so much like clothes or needs in the gifts. We focus on wants, just to be plain and simple, what they want. Not necessarily what they need or what they need to wear, different things like that. So unless a kid really loves clothes and wants clothes, they're probably not getting clothes. They're probably getting toys or something they want to play with. And we don't buy toys for our kids except really at Christmas and birthday. So,
Which is kind of weird that we don't buy a lot of toys except for Christmas and birthdays. But I don't know how in the world we end up with 5 rooms full of toys every single day. And yeah, how do you do that?
We have a lot of kids. So I would say when they were younger, we kind of had a budget of about like $80 to $100 a child when they were younger kids. And now with teenagers, it's harder because we want to get them something they want and really would appreciate, yeah. And then also sometimes we do a family gift. I love the years we do family gifts, actually. Do you remember the first one we did, a family gift? It was very memorable to me.
Boy.
They all got a small gift under the tree, and then they were told to go to the garage, I believe, where there was a box because it was too cold to set it up.
Was it a trampoline?
Yes, it was a trampoline, and they freaked out, and it was awesome. They were just so excited.
A gift that keeps on giving.
It kept on giving.
Yeah.
And so it's fun to get a big gift that they can all enjoy together. It does make our lives a little simpler when we have a family gift.
Right.
And it's something that they can play with together, which I love. So every year we had something like, oh, this will be a great family gift. Those have been my favorite gift-wise. So when we asked our kids what their favorite Christmas was, they said...
It was, unanimous, right?
Unanimous for all the ones that remembered it.
Yes, it was 1 year. The gift was plane tickets to Kenya. And we spent our Christmas in Kenya, the whole Christmas season.
Yeah.
And that's the most memorable Christmas for them.
We had so much fun that day.
Yes.
It's warm at Christmas in Kenya, and all our family was together in a big house. It was so memorable.
Yes.
We're doing relay races and eating goat, and it was just like so fun. It wasn't about gifts at all that Christmas.
It's just being together.
Yeah, and it's by far and above their favorite. So we had a lot of time with our whole family, his whole family, which is a big family, and on that side of the world. And yeah, wish we could do that more often. It was awesome. It was so fun.
For Christmas. We should do it this Christmas.
Yeah, yeah, we really should.
Yeah.
And then, so we also asked our kids just the other day, like, what's your favorite tradition that we do here when we're in the States? And do you remember what they said?
You tell me.
It was mostly... They all had a few different things, but most of them said it was the Advent calendar, which we...
I think we did a video on this, the Advent calendar.
I think we did once, but we used to get like the calendars where you pull the chocolate out of it, and just every day as you count down to Christmas.
Can you imagine 11?
It got really complicated.
Because, yeah.
And then usually a toddler would climb up and find the calendars and eat
and take someone else's candy, yeah.
And then they're screaming and wailing.
Yeah.
Anyway, a few years ago, my mom bought us this advent calendar with all these little drawers. And it's not really drawers big enough to put like 11 decent chocolates in. I mean, maybe M&Ms. So we tried that the first year, and it was like, one M&M. That's not not quite it doesn't quite do it for you. So we started filling them with all these different things.
Yes, being creative.
Yes, and we're not always creative way ahead of time.
Sometimes the day before. Sometimes the day off.
Right as we're about to open it, one of us sneaks the little... I just write on a sticky note what we're going to do that night.
Yeah.
And it's their favorite
And it could be
tradition.
activity that we do. It could be going for check out Christmas lights. It could be something we do at home. It could be,
It could be doing a Christmas puzzle together.
Yeah.
We just are creative. And then we usually try to keep a few bags of like Christmas candy up in the closet. So if we have a night we don't want to do anything except put people to bed, It's
Candy is
like,
an
a Christmas
easy
treat
one.
tonight.
Yeah.
And
Last night was one of those.
Yep, and we opened a bag of candy and everybody got a couple pieces.
All the snowman chocolates. And, oh boy, it was a hit for some ages going on down.
Yeah. Oh, Nessa. Okay. But I think...
She wants to protect us.
Yeah.
Is there danger in the house?
Nessa, we're going to put
enough.
you outside. All right, he's making me laugh.
Oh, okay.
All right.
Okay.
So...
The dog is okay. Let's start there. She was just hearing things.
Oh, man. You know, we really try to be cautious about our... Okay, we have gathered ourselves. But the biggest thing I think is that it really is about time, making time together. I think sometimes we see these magical, I mean, we have so many Christmas movies and Christmas
Hallmark.
everything.
Perpetual.
So you see this magical scene, and sometimes we can strive so much to recreate that magical scene, but what really is the magic of it is gathering, and it's
about being
and rest and that time together and the peaceful moments.
Organic.
But we can get ourselves to the point where we're working so hard to decorate, to make it that beautiful, and to have all the cookies that we always do, and we have all the things that we actually miss the magic of just being. So we really do try to find time. I really think the key is in the family time. It's around the memories made are around the home and around time together.
Yeah.
And so we really try to schedule some downtime in the holidays, even when it's so crazy. Sometimes you just have to say no.
Yeah.
We want our kids to have fun with all of their friend groups and all of those things, but we also make sure it's not taking over from where we have family time. And so that is really important to us. That's where we really feel like the memories are made. The memories that will last them throughout the years is really through that time together. I'm so happy that they love the Advent calendar, because all those little things that we pick to do just are doing something together. We have silly little games.
It could be big and small, big or small.
Yes, we bought a game the other day to use at our small group party, Christmas party, and we've used it several times with our kids. It's just the simplest little game. I'll link it down below. It's just from Amazon, but it has provided so much fun. Those tiny little things that you can even reuse over and over, watching their favorite movies together. It's not complicated. It's just the time. And
this Christmas season is very, very unique. You have football, World Cup, which is usually in the summer.
Oh boy, here we go again.
And I've been so excited because most of the kids have gotten into what American people call soccer and the rest of the world call football. So anyway, that's been awesome. A little added spice to the Christmas season this year.
It has brought more time together and more fun. I noticed that our kids, I'll tell them, you can pick up a shift at work or you can do whatever, but we're going to be doing this together. They're wanting to be with us. Oh, you guys, am I going to miss out on what's happening here? And I think a big key for us, did I say big enough times, is family dinner.
Yes.
Just trying to reconnect when everything is crazy and we're going 1,000 different ways. We really try to reconnect at family dinner as many times a week as we can. And we even noticed Judah, who's not home all the time, he really tries to even be there for family dinner.
Yes.
Because you don't want to miss out. It's fun.
That's where it all happens.
It's where it all happens.
Yeah.
So Christmas in Kenya, when you were a kid, very different.
Yeah, it's funny because it's the same yet different, in that it was not as elongated as it is here.
Now it's like 6 weeks.
Yes, and that's commercial.
Yes.
And I can totally see how even in Kenya, people are more easily drawn to the commercial part of it. It's just that people have less resources than maybe the Western world would have sometimes. Like majority, if you compare apples to apples.
Yeah.
Even for gifts, I know for us growing up, it was actually that's when you got your shopping for clothes.
Oh, yeah.
You got needs more than once. I can remember a couple of toys here and there that were significant. But most of the time, it's like, you get your shopping for clothes, new clothes for Christmas. You feel so good when you go to church the next day. So it was very simple, but it was fun to be together. It was being together as a family as well.
Yeah.
So,
I asked Judah, what do you think about the most? Like, when
What
you think about
stands
our
out?
large family Christmas, and he says that gifts are not the focus of our Christmas. So I'm glad he feels like
what
that.
did he say the focus was?
He said the focus was church things and gathering together as a family.
Yeah.
So I'm good with those. That's about accurate.
The presents are nice.
Yeah.
They make the holiday swell. But the real gift is Christ, right?
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
I do have other thing to say that I meant to say earlier. If you are, one thing, let me say that I have learned, and I think you have too, over the years of giving our kids gifts, is that it is the simplest and makes them the happiest when we get them what they ask for.
Right.
So sometimes as parents we can think, oh, I saw this thing on social media and it was awesome and I think they'll love it. But when we actually just get them what they ask for, usually they'll have a few things that they ask for and we pick one that we think is great for them.
Yeah.
That usually makes them the most happy, which is the simplest. And sometimes you want to stray from that, like, oh no, I know you'd really like this, but really they want what they ask for.
But what if the kids, and I can see how parents might ask, well, some kids can ask for unreasonable things.
Yeah.
What do you do with that?
I usually am really honest with them. Like, that's a huge item that we can't fit in our house, or that's very expensive. But like Hope, let me say, for example, she's not going to watch this video. She asked for a little oven, a Play-Doh kit, like a kitchen. Play-Doh is not my favorite, but I know she has asked for this so many times. I know that's what really will make her happy, and I'm happy to put up with Play-Doh because of it. So that's what I mean. Like, I could think of 1,000 things that I think Hope would really love, but she's gonna love that Play-Doh little kitchen oven thing the most. So I just kind of learned that over the years to just kind of pick what they really are asking for. And so anyway, that's just a little tip if you're looking for a tip, but is that all you have to say?
I think I'm out of words, speechless. I'm done. I have nothing else to offer, nothing else to say.
You ready for a nap?
I'm ready to start round 2 of work. No,
yeah, right. He's at the end of his workday, so I caught him. Anyway, caught him to film this with me.
No, I planned. It was on my schedule to do this. Yeah.
We are matching like really Christmas colors.
All
and
Christmas.
that I did
Green and red.
I did red on purpose, but I didn't know he was doing green. So that worked out really well. Hey, thank you guys for watching. We will catch you next time.
All right, adios. Merry Christmas.